Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. On this tutorial I want to show you how I decorated a cake in two different colors. So the cake is for two sisters born on the same day, right? So one says one turned 5 and the other turned 1. So one wanted a Barbie cake, and then the other wanted, the 1 year old wanted a cocoa melon. Rather, the mom said I should make a cocoa melon because she enjoys watching cocoa melon. While Adana, who turned 5, wanted a Barbie theme cake. And the mom said she doesn't have money. This is water, by the way. A lot of people ask me, what do you have in the bottle? It is water, room temperature water. The reason why you need water is because when you crumb coat your cake, it dries out really quickly. So for your fondant to enable your fondant stick to the cake, you just add spray water on it, right? So to the people who always ask that question, what do you have in the bottle? It is water, room temperature water, not cold, not hot, room temperature. So back to my story. The Adana wanted a Barbie theme cake, and then Chizaram wanted a cocoa melon theme cake, and that was exactly what we made, right? And then the mother said she doesn't have money for two cakes. If it's possible for me to combine the two in one, I said, of course, why not? Even though I think this is the first time I am doing something like this. And when I was done, I truly loved it. It turned out really beautifully well. And just in case you have a customer who is on a budget, who is celebrating cakes for two different people, and you don't want to make two different cakes, you can make them you can decorate it 2 in 1, and still have that gorgeous look. Sometimes you can make it back and front. Back will be for someone, for one of them, and then the front will be for another. But this one, I thought, since the cakes are both pink cakes, though the Barbie cake is quite darker, I use fuchsia pink or rose pink for that. And then the cocoa melon theme cake for the 1 year old, I used baby pink, right? So you can decide to do something like this for someone, or you do it back and front. Either ways, just ensure that your cake is tasty and it looks aesthetically appealing. That way your customer is going to keep running back whenever they have a cake order. So did you see how I did it? It is quite easy. Just roll out your fondant. If you have a good fondant recipe, just roll it out. I actually do have a good fondant recipe on my channel. I think I will leave the link to that in the description box. So if you need it, just click it, watch it, try it. The fondant recipe I have here on YouTube is the fondant recipe I use to decorate all my cakes for every customer I have. There are no two fondant recipes. I do not have two. The only one I have, that is what I use here. And just in case you want to try it out, please kindly do. It is very weather friendly. It is an all-weather fondant recipe, so I would like you to try it. So just like I did, it's quite simple. Just layer it like that. Watch the video over and over again, just in case you didn't see how I did it the first time. Cover it like that. There's no need wasting your fondant, because before, I think when I was an amateur, if I had this kind of order, what I would have done is to cover the entire cake in a particular color. Then I will now start adding the separate colors to demarcate them. But now that I think I'm a pro, but I know I'm gonna leave that to you to answer. Do you think I'm a pro baker, or you think I'm still an amateur? So I decided to do it like this because I felt it is quite easier. So even to the covering of the board, I had to do it like this, two-way, the rose pink and the baby pink, just to differentiate and distinguish between the one which is which. And I think it turned out well, but I will leave that to you in the comment section to tell me what you think about this cake, to tell me if you would try something like this for a client who has two children who share the same birthday. Thank you so much. So after covering the board like this, I said to use an embroiser to, make patterns on it, just to make it really, really gorgeous. And then for the fuchsia, for the rose pink, I used another one, right, just to make it really beautiful. Then when I was done with that, I had to flip the cake over. The reason why I did this because I don't want my fingers to make indentation on the cake. So I flipped it over like this, and then I placed the covered board under it, and then I flipped it again. But here you will notice that I made a mistake. The place that has the darker pink was on the light pink part. So when I flipped it and I noticed, I had to flip it back again, you see. So this part, this darker pink, had to be on the other side. So I had to turn the board, just like so. Sometimes we make this kind of mistakes. I know if you were in my shoes, you would have just flipped it again, just the way I did. Sometimes we make a little mistake when we are covering such cakes. So eventually everything now is now okay. So what I did, just to hide the seam of the cake, I had to use this mold. This mold is very beautiful. It has really gorgeous designs. I think it has about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think six designs, six different designs. But this particular one, I like to use it. And the reason why I did this one is because I want to hide the seam of the cake. For the rose pink part, I used the rose pink for that part. Then for the what's it called, the baby pink part, I used another baby pink. So it was quite easy and simple and really gorgeous. So I'll just leave you to enjoy the video, and I will come back with my voice note in a jiffy. I love you. So now I had to make a bow, right? A bow tie, yeah. I had to make a bow tie for the part that is for the Barbie cake, right? So this was me just rolling out the fondant that I want to use to do it. Making a bow tie is quite easy. Sometimes I do it, it comes out really nice. Other times when I do it, it doesn't really turn out well. But this particular one, I think it was just there, right? And I think it was just there, right? So when you want to make a bow tie, ensure your fondant is not too thin. Look at the size of this fondant, and then just do it like so. See, just fold it edge by edge and then bring it together just like that. Then do the other part again, but ensure you measure out um you see, you measure out what you want to do, how big you want it, just like that. Just like that. It's so easy to make. So this is to cover it up. So I had to use water to glue everything together. That is just water, room temperature water, a brush, just bring everything together just like that. I'm sorry that my hand was covering it at that point. You didn't see it, but just fold it back just like that. It is as simple as that. Then bring it out and place it on your cake, then allow it dry. It is very easy. But if you use my fondant recipe, you're going to have this consistency that you don't have to even put a paper towel in it, right? But if you do have, maybe your fondant recipe is not as consistent as mine, you may want to put paper towel inside your bowl so that they will not collapse. But you see here that I did not add CMC to this fondant. I did not have to use paper towel inside the bowl so that they will not collapse. Excuse me. So here I'm using this rainbow cutter for the part that is for the cocoa melon theme cake. So this rainbow cutter is something I've had for some time, and usually I did not have a sample. I was just working freehand. I did not have what I want to do. Like there was no um sample I was trying to replicate. So as the work was just going, I was just doing it. So all this thought came to my mind. So this star cutter, I thought, okay, if you add rainbows to the cake, why not add stars also to it? So I brought out this star cutter that I've had over time. I think I bought the star cutter a long time ago. It was really very affordable when I got it, but I can't remember how much, but it was quite affordable. So I brought it out, I cut them out, and then I started sticking them to the cake. And I think the cake turned out well, but I wouldn't give that to me. I wouldn't give all that to me because I would want to hear from you too. Tell me what you think about the cake. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, rate it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there is something you would have done differently if you were the baker. And let me know if it's something that you want to try subsequently when you have an order like this. If you would try this kind of design, the color may not be pink. The color may not be for kiddies cake. It may be for adults. How would you have decorated it? I'd like to hear your thought in the comment section. Thank you very much. If you've watched my video to this point, it means you are so interested in my video, and I am passionately grateful. Thank you for stopping by. If you're just coming across my video for the first time, my name is Busy Bee Cakes. I'm a baker in West Africa, in Nigeria, and in Delta State precisely. I'm a self-taught baker, and I just create beautiful edibles. My channel is all about cake decorating, water fondant, creamy cakes, just name it. I make huge wedding cakes, and I post every vlog, every tutorial here just for you to learn from, right? So you can see that for the cocoa melon part, I printed these stickers. I downloaded them on Pinterest, right? I downloaded them on Pinterest, and then I printed them. They are not edible. They are not edible at all. They are not edible stickers, but of course there are places where you can print on edible papers like that, right? But these are just art papers. When you go to a printer's shop, especially the one who prints for cakes, just tell them you want to print, and then they'll print for you. They are not edible paper, and because they are quite cheap, I think an A3 is about 700 naira if you're in Nigeria, and then A4 is 500, no matter what you print on it. So you can tell them the sizes you want, and they will print everything for you, right? So to stick the rainbows to the cocoa melon part, I use just water and a brush. You want to ensure that the water is not much. If the water is much, they will just be sliding down. So you want to apply minimal amount of water, then start sticking them to exactly on how you want them to look eventually when you're done. It is as simple as that. I know some people find cake decorating, especially fondant cake decorating, very difficult, but it is quite easy when you put your mind to it. Yeah, and then some of you may want to say, oh, because it's tutorial, that is why it's quite easy. It's quite easy that it may be harder than that in person. Actually, It is, but it is not something you cannot do, especially if you're a beginner. I have lots and lots and lots of tutorials where you can learn how to decorate cakes in fondant, in buttercream, in whipped cream, in chocolate ganache, and all of that. How to make wedding cakes, how to trim your cake, how to layer your cakes, how to crumb coat your cake. I have detailed tutorials. I know I will not be able to link all of them in the bio or in the comment and the description box, but it's something you can try. This particular mode, I love it so much because it is absolutely gorgeous. Like whenever I use this mode, then the cake just turns out really nice. So the name of the girl who has the birthday girl who has the rose pink part is Adana. Right, Adana in Igbo means first daughter, right? So that is what I'm just writing. So usually when you want to use this mode, you just touch a little oil, vegetable oil, or you use shortening. Just touch a little, apply it on your fondant, so that when you are done, it will be easier for it to come out. But if your fondant is too soft, it will not be beautiful. So if you know that your fondant is soft, just apply a little CMC, to harden it a bit before you use this mode. But if you have a fondant that like mine in the channel or on the channel, you can use it, because for this one I did not add any CMC and everything just turned out well. And this is to people who have been asking me, PCB, I don't have a steamer. How do I make my cake shiny? See what I'm using? I'm using this golden penny soya oil, you know. I just pour a little in the cup, in the lid, and use your brush and then paint your cake. This will make your cake shiny. You all know that um I have a steamer, right? So I just thought to show you guys that you can actually dust off the excess cornstarch or stains from your cake using just vegetable oil and a brush, and it works perfectly as though you steeped your cake, right? So just in case you do not have, you can do this. Some people, I posted this on Facebook, and some people in the comment told me, oh, they use vodka, they use cotton wool. Some people say they use alcohol. Other people say they put water in a kettle. When it's boiling, they use the steam from the kettle and all of that. Anything that works for you is fine. So I just thought to show people this one, while other people said, oh, it's really helpful. They have tried this method and it works perfectly for them. Just in case you're coming across this method for the first time, this can only be used on a fondant cake, not any other cake, right? And if you have access to a steamer, please, you don't have to do all of this. Just steam your cake and you're good to go. Just in case somebody is seeing my video and the person does not have access to steamer, right? When you make your fondant cake, do this. Your cake will not melt. It will not affect the texture of your fondant. It will not affect the texture of your cake. It will not affect anything. Just ensure that your oil is beautiful, like is new. You're not using a stayed oil or you're using dark oil. Just ensure the way you bring it out from your what is it called, from the bottle, that is how you use it. That way your cake will remain shiny. It will not dry out. Just in case you have a lot, maybe you added excess of the oil, just clean it off. And here it is. These are all printed on papers. I printed them like I said earlier. Bring everything out, attach it with keywords at the back using hot glue gun or uhu gum, and then you attach them to your cake. It is as simple, as easy as that. To everyone who has subscribed to my channel, this is saying a huge shout out to you. I love you. Thank you so much for your comments, for your likes, for your shares. I appreciate you. I sincerely appreciate you. Kindly rate my cake in the comment section on the scale of 1 to 10. And let me know if you like it. If you like it, drop a heart for me. Let me know where you're watching us from, and I will send you a special hug in our next video. I love you so much. Bye.